Hello, hello. We are back and we are black, and it is Black History
Black
Month.
History Month. How the heck are you guys?
How are you guys? Like, we want to know, like, how is your February going? Because right now, when this comes out, you will officially be a week into February. It'll officially be a week away from Valentine's Day. And I want to know because I'm nosy. Like, let's just pretend it's me and you here. Let's pretend Aaron's not here. Are you getting your back blown out for Valentine's Day? If so, who? Tag them
Why can't
below.
I be in the room? Because I want to know
Uh,
too.
sh- 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 uh, uh,
But,
th- this is between me and the listeners. I want to know who. I want to know when. Are y'all getting a hotel? Are y'all doing it at home? Are you doing it with one person, two people, three people?
do you carry a
Do
lunchbox?
you get a lunchbox? I want to know, do you guys have any Valentine's Day plans? Do you have a Valentine? Like, what is popping? How is your year going? Also, this is like our check in. Like, have you stayed on point with your resolutions? Because, the third week of January is usually when everyone kaputs. This is now the first week of February completed. Have you stayed positive? Have you stayed working out? Have you stayed healthy? Have you done all that shit? Whatever you promised yourself, did you do it? It's okay because I didn't do any, I didn't even start mine. Mine was to make content every day, post it on my personal TikTok, and like let that go off. I do the same thing that I always do, get in my head, freak myself out, get stage fright, or just get lazy and like not
Yeah.
do that. I started off, I think I did like three days, January 3rd. January 4th, I took like a week break, came back like January 11th, and then I just, have been posting like sparsely in between. Like, how is your year going? Aaron, how's yours?
It's really interesting. I'll say that. Very interesting.
Yeah,
How's yours?
mine is interesting. Mine is very interesting. My January started off great. The vibes were immaculate. I
Yeah.
have a tendency to think things change, and then life comes right back and reminds me like ain't nothing
Yeah.
changed. Ain't nothing changed. But I'm still keeping that positivity in the air because actually I do want you guys to check out something while we're doing our check-in and our housekeeping. Y'all go on our Instagram at Bravo
Check it
While
out.
Black. Run the fucking likes up, run the shares up, run the comments up. Help us out. This is free. There's different ways that you can help creators. Um, but this is free. We want you to like, share, comment our last post that is a collaboration with one of our partners, Direct TV. Shout out to Direct TV. We really love you guys. We had
Hmm.
so much fun filming it. It's Vanderpump Rules related. Aaron, I think you even have for our Patreon members some bloopers.
We got some bloopers, behind the scenes content coming. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. We'll probably be posting that later on this week.
Yes, and we want to tell you that we see a lot of y'all running up the Patreon,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to also, that's a second update. So the first and most important thing is go give the content a like. Okay, a like, a share, some engagement. That's very important. Just like it's important that you rate the podcast 5 stars, but we'll talk about that later. But go engage with that. The second most important thing is I am not doing the subscription because I found out, and this is because like I'm so true to like our brand and so in tune with not just putting anything out there just to get money, which is another reason why we didn't do our merch yet. It's in the works. We're going to be talking about that very soon. Shout out to her that. But like I just don't want to put content out there just to get paid. So what I wanted to do was basically do like a live watch thing where I would record Vanderpump Rules and watch and react to it. And I found out that like that's against Instagram's guidelines. I understand the guidelines are there for a reason. So instead of doing that, I'm not going to do subscriptions. You don't have to pay anything for that. I'm going to just move whatever I thought that I was going to do on IG. I'm just going to move that to Patreon, and then I might have something coming up, but that's like later on down the road. But yeah, as far as like the Vanderpump reaction thing that I wanted to do, I'm gonna move that to um, Patreon instead, because we only have so long to talk to you on these episodes. We don't want our episodes to be an hour and a half like they used to, 2 hours at some point. Like we just kept yapping, and you guys know that I can yap all day, but I don't want to go against Instagram's guidelines because I don't want our profile taken down. And then I also don't want you guys to be paying, like it was only going to be like $3 or $5, but I don't want you to be paying for no reason. And originally I was going to take everything that I put on Instagram and then put it on the Patreon after anyways. It just makes more sense to maybe do like a little reaction solo thing every week, or maybe with a person, or every, I don't know, other week by myself on the Patreon instead of adding the subscription to it. And I just want to thank everyone who said that they would sign up for it, because I started making it. I was halfway there to publishing it, but then I realized like, oh, if I do what I want to do, it's going to get our Instagram taken down, and I cannot afford the Instagram to be taken down at all, baby. Like, our Instagram is our life. It's the way that we connect to you. It's the way that we advertise our
Yeah.
podcast. It's the way that we have our partnerships. It's the way that people, hit us up. So I don't want to risk anything. And shout out to Instagram, shout out to Meta, and shout out to Threads, because we are almost at 9K Threads followers. Y'all, run Threads up. I want to hit 10K. Maybe we should give ourselves a goal. I want to hit 10K before April. That would be really dope to hit 10K before April. Last week I believe Aaron was on there live threading Vanderpump Rules. So when he has time, Aaron will be on there live threading. When I have time, I will be live threading. I use it as a live component, like a watching guide. But I also just put my random everyday thoughts on Threads, and use it like we used to use Elon's, even more, because we weren't really that active on Twitter, but we're super active on Threads. So run Threads up and go like that combination collaboration with DirecTV. And I'm not doing the subscriptions, but we do have things coming. And that is the housekeeping. I think, did I leave anything out? I think that's it.
No, no, just make sure y'all run that post up, share it with your friends, share it with your aunties, your cousins, comment on it, like it. Yeah, and that's it. That's it. And then stay tuned for what Kaya has in store. And we also have some fun things coming to Patreons. Stay tuned for the bloopers we have from the actual Direct TV post. It's going to be a good time.
And we're going to talk about Love After Lockup,
I love
baby,
After
because Love
Lockup.
After Lockup did their
It's been given.
finale and they did their big one.
Mm-hmm. It's been
So,
given.
yeah.
And shout out
Okay,
to
so
Raven too, because she's back. That's
yes,
one thing.
bitch
Yes.
is better.
Bitch is Better is back. And I'm so excited. As soon as I seen it late, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. But when I did see it, I
You saw it from our
congratulated her.
post?
It was actually her post.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was just going through the stories and I'm like, oh my God. Look at what's
Yes.
going on. And I can't believe she's back.
I
So, and she'll also be covering Love After Lockup and things like that on her Patreon as well. And I told her, we're gonna come on her podcast and
we're gonna come on her podcast, but she's gonna come on our
she's gonna have to
podcast.
come on ours too. She knows how this works. This
She's
is
back. It doesn't like yeah, as soon as you
yeah.
make yourself known, it's like, hey,
You're coming back, baby.
when. So that's gonna be fun, and it's also Black History Month, so of course we want other Black creators and people who celebrate the Black
Hmm.
culture on here. So it can be a Black ass month and have fun. But speaking of, naturally, like we always do, we have to do our Black
Black excellence.
Excellence Award. Do you want to go first?
Do you want to
Or
go
should I?
first?
I can go first.
Okay.
I have a couple, I think, maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Drake, number one. Drake,
What and why is that?
he just posted a teaser
Uh,
for, his tour that he's on
mm.
and his album, and there was another photo that was circulating. I just love art. I love I love the human I love the
Oh my
human
gosh.
anatomy. A lot of things made sense. Like it just made sense. Like I
It
don't know,
was
like
all
it just
clicking.
clicked. Why he is the way he
I
is, how
will
he
tell
acts the
y'all
way he
this. The
does.
group chat lit up at like 7. What was it? Like 7 or 8 a.m.
I don't ever, and I'm telling you, that's how I know it was kismet because I'm never up that early. You can ask anyone in this
I
chat
knew it had to be some. I'm like, either something happened on Baddies or like,
in real life,
yeah, or in real life.
and it had to be good for it to be real life,
Hmm.
and it was good, and it was great, and it was fantastic.
So
He's
yeah.
my Valentine, actually. If you want to name Valentines, Drake is my Valentine.
Oh
I
wow.
hope that he sees this. You guys, send this to him, tag him. I know he's a very busy man. He was just in Tampa. He will be in Miami soon. No, for Lauderdale soon, which is even closer to us. He's on the Biggest the What tour, and I know why he named it that now. So it was a great time. So instead of reminiscing, and yeah, it was a great
Hmm.
time. My other Black excellence is gonna go to Killer Mike, who he won 3 Grammys. Whether I agree or disagree, if he should have won three, um, he is a person who's not only an excellent wordsmith and rapper and artist at what he does, he is also very active in the community, and
All right.
it's something that's been a long time coming. So I really, what even though I am a fan of other people like Metro Boomin, like Travis Scott, and all that stuff, I do
Bing.
see and I recognize, I see and I recognize his work when it comes to music and when it comes to community things. So that was really dope to see, and he had an unfortunate snafu. Which is why I'm really not into the Grammys like that, because it just hasn't really been good since Beck won over Beyonce, and I'll stand on that. And that was like what, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Another, I have literally like four. Number three, Jay-Z for Telling the Truth by your own metrics. Grammys, the most awarded artist in our generation, does not have Album of the Year Grammy. So the
Hmm.
math is not mathing, and this might not be a real reason, or it might just be something that's circulating. They said that the reason that they don't give her album of the year is because she wins too much already. Yet Taylor Swift wins everything, and it's not to say that she isn't a great artist, but you know, so she wins everything. So why is she able to continue winning when someone else who's great wins everything, but hasn't won the most prestigious award, which is Album of the Year? Which is why I didn't really even tune into the Grammys, because it was just like, okay, um, for Travis Scott, Fiend,
Bing.
Fiend,
Bing.
Fiend,
Bing.
Fiend.
Bing. Bing.
I love that man. And
I love
Utopia
that
was
song.
a great album from beginning to end. If you know me or if you follow my private account, I'm always posting Fiend. For my birthday, I woke up and I told everyone, play this song for my birthday. That's the only thing that I want. If you don't know me, play this song on repeat. And I had that shit turned
Please.
to the max because it just goes so the
It
windows is rocking
does.
in
It
this bitch.
does.
And it's like when Cardi comes on, it's just
And slides that shit like nothing.
like it's
Oh my
nothing.
gosh.
He lost 10 times, like not in the same night, but he was nominated for rap album of the year. You know, Killer Mike won that one. Cool, but he was also nominated for something else, I believe. Regardless of anything, the production on Utopia is unlike anything that I've heard from a rap artist other than Metro Boomin or Kanye West. And say what you want about either one of those men, I'm talking about talent, production, music, like based everything.
You know?
It was a well produced album. In addition to some slide cool lyrics, whatever, it deserved something. It deserves some kind of recognition. But at the same time, we're talking about the same award show that will have Beyonce perform and don't award her flowers. So that's why I just don't take it seriously. And I'm so happy to see certain people win,
Yeah,
but it's set up, it's rigged, it's bullshit. And I hope that there is a change being made or that will be made. And if you don't think that there is like a racial element to a lot of things when it comes to not just the industry, but the Grammys especially, I won't even go into the other bullshit that happened. I'm very much staying off that. I'm staying on topic. But just reconsider things. But I don't want to take away from the people that did win. Killer Mike, shout out to Killer Mike, and also Victoria Monet. Thank God,
yeah.
Victoria Monet. Seeing Tracy Chapman on there, like amazing. Like it was a great black night. But I just feel like we're good enough to perform, just like Travis was good enough to perform, but not good enough to get our things.
Recognition.
But yeah, that
Because
was
the
my
same
four.
people keep winning.
Mm.
I also want to say this has nothing to do with Black excellence, but I also want to tell y'all what I heard, and it's a rumor, and I'm going to say allegedly. Allegedly, Taylor Swift daddy is a part of the whole Grammy thing, and that's the reason. Um, they said that's the reason why she keep winning. I don't know if
Mm.
that's true. I must say allegedly, because I'm not no hater. I like that one song. What is it? The one that I always sing from her latest album.
You don't always sing it, baby.
I don't. Oh,
No. But I can genuinely say that I do like Taylor Swift. It's just like, like even if I was Taylor Swift, I would look and I would be like, you know,
that's me looking it up because I need to know what it is.
I like Taylor Swift. I've been a Taylor
It's
Swift.
an anti-hero song. I love that song.
Oh.
When I was alone.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that song.
but yeah, that many times I don't think so. Album of the year, I don't think so.
You know,
So,
that's just opinion though. But what are your black excellence or
so
excellences?
you actually had one of mine. Mine was gonna go to Victoria Monet for Best New Artist, and I'm so glad she's getting her flowers because we had Jaguar, and now we have Jaguar Part Two, and just together, honestly, it's a masterpiece. Jaguar Two is a masterpiece alone, but if you put the two together, chef's kiss. Like she gives with the performances, she gives with the looks, just like, and then the neutral tones in the dresses and the Instagram, her social media account, she just gives so much elegance.
Vocals, choreography,
Yeah,
visuals, fashion. Also, she's written for your faves.
yeah,
Period.
yeah, exactly. And she deserves the recognition. I've been saying that forever. I'm like, Victoria Monet needs to get her things. And she got them. I'm glad she got a chance to meet Beyonce as well. Like, I love to see it. Um, Another one is going to go to the MLK/Et show that's on the National Geographic channel, but it's really on Hulu. You can find it on Hulu if y'all are subscribed. But it's a show that documents Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, their life. And you also find out a bunch of like fun facts that you didn't know. Like Martin Luther King's real name was Michael Luther King, right? Or Michael Luther.
Don't start it. You better look it up. Don't get on this
Let me see. Let
podcast.
me see. Hold on. Let me see.
Don't get on this podcast with fun facts. And
Michael King. Okay, no, it was Michael King. So it was Michael King Sr. and Michael King Jr. And then they changed it because it's a combination of their two uncles' names.
love
So
it.
that's one thing that you find out. You also find out that Martin Luther King was suicidal when he was younger and attempted to commit suicide twice. He suffered from a lot of depression, and that was very interesting because you don't really see that side of things, like especially with the last few movies that they put out about Martin Luther King. You never really see that, and it dives deeper into the things that we don't know and have often wondered, because a lot of the times, like I said, we just see what happens later on, like during the actual civil rights movement, what happens when they become adults. So it's nice to see things about their childhood. So I would highly recommend that y'all check it out, especially because it's Black History Month. It's only right.
Exactly.
So y'all do that.
And I know that Jonathan Majors definitely checked it out because he.
Well,
I think he listens. So
yeah.
if you
Oh,
haven't,
and then my other Black History, not Black History, guys.
like
My
excellence.
other Black Excellence is gonna go to Candy Burris, because she knew when to let things go, and now she's taking a break from Housewives of Atlanta. A lot of people have mixed feelings. I'm gonna miss Candy, but I'm not gonna miss her too much because I know this is gonna be my last time seeing her. I know she's gonna have her hand in all the pots. She's gonna be in all kinds of projects, especially 20, like later on in 2024, 2025. She has her own brand and own things going on. So we're always gonna see Candy around.
And that's why I wasn't like I was sad, but I wasn't. It was more of like getting used to having Atlanta without Candy that I was worried about,
Right.
but not the missing of Candy herself because one, she's been on tour with Escape for like since they came back, really. Two, she's always acting. Three, she's always producing. So it's not like we're not gonna see her. We're just not gonna see her go to work and do all those things because that was her storyline, really. Other than them like accusing her of
Yeah.
certain shit. So I like to see her in her professional bag, which could bring us to one of the things that I just realized that I wanted to talk about. Um, Underdogs. It's a movie. Snoop Dogg is in it. It's all black cast. Well, yeah, it's all black cast mainly. Snoop Dogg, Mike Epps. What's the girl name from Sonic? And she's from the Tyler Perry shows. Starts with a T. She's the pretty skinny black girl, and she's on Sonic.
Oh, Tika Sumpters.
Tika Sumpter and Candy Burris is on Underdogs, and it's basically about Snoop Dogg is like a washed up football player and he needs good PR. And in order to get good PR, he goes and well, first he gets in trouble. He gets into a car accident and they're like, yeah, you got to do community service. So while he's doing community service, he goes back to his old hood in Long Beach. And in Long Beach, they have like a not a little league because little league is baseball, but like the little junior football. And he's a football player that's washed up, obviously. So he sees that he has the opportunity to impress Tika Sumter because her son is in the football league, the little football league, and he used to date Tika Sumter. So he goes in with the intention to win Tika Sumter back, but he ends up coaching the football team and actually like really like falling in love with coaching and being a positive influence. And the whole time he has a podcast that he talks on. It's really hilarious. It's a good storyline. And Mike Epps is so funny. Oh my god, Mike Epps is funny. He's one of my top comedians as well. He plays like one of the guys in the hood from, and they link up and they smoke. Of course, they have to smoke. It's a Snoop Dogg movie, and Candy plays a judge on there, and it's very disrespectful. Me and my mom watched it. She did not like the cussing at all. Every other word is f this, f that. Kind of like how I talk on here. Um, but like she does not like the cussing, but she liked the movie in general because it was funny, it was hilarious. It's about like a youth and things like that, and it relates to Snoop Dogg because in real life he does not only coach like little foot like what do you call it, like kids
Little
football.
League,
I feel like little league is baseball. I don't know what you call like a young.
Pee Wee football.
Yes, a pee wee football, like like in
That's what we call it down here now. If
that's what we
it's
call
long,
it in
it's long.
Broward. We call it pee wee football in Broward. So he coaches pee wee football. He has a bunch, and he's helped a lot of people actually go to college on a football scholarship, and eventually go on to play in the NFL or professionally. So it was very close to his real life, and it was funny. And I feel like he definitely executive produced it. So it was just like it's a fun little movie that you can, even if you don't want to watch it. You can just put it on the background to support, and also just put it on, I don't know, while you're chilling, or especially if you're high. If you're high, this would actually get you laughing hard as F. I wasn't even high when I watched it, and I was laughing so hard just because it was just. Mike Epps is so dumb. Mike Epps is a character that it doesn't matter what role he plays, even though he plays a lot of the same role, he will manage to get a laugh out of me. I really loved it. It's called Underdogs, and it's on Amazon Prime for free. So
Ooh.
definitely check that out. And I didn't even know it was coming out.
Mm.
I think that maybe like one of those pages that post trailers posted it, and then my mom found out about it. But then I found out about it because I was on Amazon Prime um watching this new show that I don't even know how I found out about this show. Oh, because I was like into like adult animation. These past few days I've been trying to find more adult animation. And there's an A24 adult animation show called Has Been Hotel. And it's about like Lucifer's daughter, and she runs a hotel, and she wants to show heaven that souls can be redeemed. So I was watching that, and then in between, y'all, and this is what pissed me off. Oh my god, this is what pissed me off so bad. We were warned, I think it was December, that Amazon, if you have a regular profile, you were going to start getting ads in February if you have a regular
Mhm.
profile, or you could upgrade for $3 more and keep it without the ads. I'm not paying more for Amazon. You don't have enough
Mhm.
shows for me to pay more for that. You
It's
got the
true.
boys, but guess what? The boys ain't back, bitch. So once the boys come back, then I'm going to have someone else's premium account and I'm going to watch it, but I will not be paying $3 more. So get me my shit in 2 days.
I feel like they should go back though because I don't see anybody being like I need premium on
Amazon.
Amazon Prime.
And
Like oh my god,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
not
I'm
that
like,
deep because
you
the
don't have enough.
movies are good. I will admit that, and I found that out the easy way this weekend. There have been some movies that I'm like, oh, okay, because
Yeah.
I've seen like three or four back to back, and I'm like, damn, like they just keep on giving over and over again. Because I'm into those thriller type of movies now.
Oh, I got one for you after I talk
Hmm.
about this. It's not Amazon though. So on Amazon, it's $3 more, and now you have to watch commercials. But the good thing about it is it's not a lot of commercials. Or if it is, they space it out to where it's only like 30 seconds. So it's doable. So I'm
Sure.
like, okay, whatever. I was watching Has Been Hotel. It was an okay show. It's nothing to write home about it. it's A24. I love things that A24 does. They definitely, I won't say that they don't miss, but they have a lot of good creative people in different genres across different genres in that production house. But I saw Husband Hotel, and then it popped up on my screen. It was like Underdogs, and I'm like, and it says Play Now, and I'm like, Play Now, and I'm like, this is Snoop Dogg, this is Mike Epps, this is Camp, this is an all-star cast, Tika Sumpter, like these are all-star people. What the hell? So then that's how I found out about it. But I think they need to do a better job at advertising it because I have not seen it, and it's Black History Month. So a lot of people are peddling, honey. They're right on our backs because February 1st, I'm not joking, February 1st, midnight, Netflix was like Black stories. Like everything, everyone was just like
It's so true.
Black History Month. Like
This is
as
as
soon as
black I've ever
12:01.
seen Netflix, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yes.
damn.
Like as soon as you log in, they're like Black. And
I
I'm
was
like,
like, is
okay.
this Netflix or BT Plus?
Exactly, child. So, but anyways, they need to do a better job at advertising it, but obviously that's what we're here for. So you're welcome, Amazon. Underdogs is a funny story. Has Been Hotel, if you have time to just watch it or you just want adult animation, whatever. The reason I won't be upgrading it at least right now is because the only thing I watch on there is The Boys and Invincible, and neither one of them are back, and we don't have a date for either one of them. So
Chop
chop
chop.
chop. So now you're talking about how you are into thrillers right now. Me and my mom watched a movie on Tubi called The Affair. Have you seen that one?
I did see that one.
The one about the
Hmm.
guy who had an affair. He's a pastor and he had an affair with a church girl, and and his wife was pregnant, and the girl was pregnant, and the wife didn't know, and she had the baby. She literally said, "Fuck that baby," and threw the baby out of the stroller. Basically, she pushed the stroller over, lost custody of the baby. The pastor and the wife raised the baby. Then the wife cheated with the best friend. That shit was so
It
good.
was too much.
And I won't tell you how it ends because you can't predict how it ends. But you probably can because it's a Tubi movie.
It was just too much. The reason why I seen it, but it was, I think Chloe Bailey, she was watching it on her couch, and I'm like, what is that? And why does it look so good? Like, let me go check it out. And then I watched it, and I remember the highlight of that movie for me was the man staring in the window, like for like
With the
20
Hennessy
seconds.
bottle.
Yeah, with the Hennessy bottle. And I was like, I don't know, this kind of, I don't know. I can
Resonated.
relate.
It resonated definitely. My mom somehow found it. I don't know how she found it because there's so many things that you have to go through to even get through it. But she's like, "You want to watch this black movie on Tubi?" And I'm like, "Which one?" Because
Stupid.
there's 50,000 of them. And she's like, "It's called The Affair." And I didn't even look at the trailer or anything. I'm like, "Yeah, let's just watch it." And it was just so, I won't say it was so good. It's like one of those so bad it's good movies.
Mhm.
It's very lifetimey. Lifetime meets acrimony.
Listen, that's a good example. And I already told you to watch. I know it's Black History Month, but y'all need to, and Kaya does too, watch The Rental. Watch The Rental. Check it out. It's with Jeremy Allen White. It's the best. I'm not gonna say it's the best movie, but it's a really good thriller movie, and that's what got me into the thriller movies again because it was so good, and it just has like a scandal because two of the people are having like this affair. It
You
was it
didn't
was
tell me that
kind of
Lip was on it. You should have led with that.
like,
That's
yeah,
my man.
Lip is on it.
And you know he
And
has
I
the
will
bear.
say, I'm not gonna tell you who's getting cheated on, but it's crazy.
It's okay. What is it on?
It is on Amazon.
It's on
It's also
Amazon
on
Prime.
Netflix.
Huh?
It's also on Netflix.
It's on both.
Yeah, it's on both.
That's wild. Okay, good. I like. I don't know. I like Netflix's exclusivity. Like I feel like I'm in Netflix.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rental, and is it mom friendly? Well, if she watched the affair, can she watch the rental?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see why not.
Okay.
It's not that bad. The only thing that kind of bothers me a little bit is that it's four white people in their house. And
As
they
you
keep
do.
pointing out that the Airbnb guy, the guy who is like managing it, they're like, he's racist. He's racist. And he's a white guy. And I'm like,
He's racist against them.
what do you mean by that? Can you be more specific?
Are they
They
like
don't
dark
really
white
dive in. They're just like, he's racist.
towards who? Are
And
they
I'm just
trying to
like,
show
who
that
is
they're
he?
woke?
I'm like,
Like,
are they? Yeah, that's what I don't get. And then I
because
was
baby,
like,
you still rented it.
on the other hand, I was like, is Lip black? Like, is there something that I don't know about?
Lip is
Because
1/16
if he
Cherokee.
claimed to be black or like 1% black, I would believe it.
He has that energy.
He does. I love that man.
Ever since Shameless, he's a real. Shout out to Jeremy Allen.
But you know what I really want to talk about?
Of course.
Traitors. This episode was so dang on good. It was
God,
ridiculous. Like
it
the
had no
last one,
business.
it had no business being this good. And I kind of figured that Dan the man was going home.
I did not. I I knew that he was going to shoot for someone,
Hmm.
but I thought that he was going to shoot for someone else and then get away with deflecting because they really haven't been.
Hmm.
They're a little silly. So I thought he was going to get away if he was deflecting, you know? But once he chose Phaedra, I was like, oh, baby, you signed, sealed, delivered.
Shit, I knew when Berkey walked in that room.
Yeah.
I was like,
So
oh, it's
yeah,
over.
start from the beginning. We have been waiting to see because Peter from The Bachelor laid out a perfect trap,
Mhm.
telling certain people like, yo, Bergie had the shield, but we only told certain people. So someone out of the people that he told had to know, and that's how they cast their vote. And they basically set a trap for Parvati, Dan, and Phaedra to walk into, but Phaedra didn't know because she wasn't told about the shield or whatever.
Exactly.
So they ended up voting out Bergie, and this was, I think they said it was mainly Dan's idea, and he basically fell right into their trap. But the way that he could redeem himself is if he made a compelling case, uh, you know, at the end, which he failed
He
to.
tried. He did try because what he said, I was like, it does line up. Like if I didn't watch this show,
Right.
I'd be like, ooh,
Yeah, because
that's
it's
an
it's always
interesting
like,
thing.
oh, she's not really ever coming after anybody.
Hmm. And I
And
do think that the what's the one that you don't like, Rochelle?
damn, fuck me, I guess. Yeah,
No,
I don't like
no,
her.
I don't like her either, but I
I
know
don't like her.
specifically
No,
you
you're
just
right. You're
were
right.
like,
I'm gonna stand on it. I
I
don't
don't
like
fuck
you,
with
Trail.
Trishelle.
I don't
But
like you.
Trishelle caught on. Because that's what I feel like is gonna come of it too with the other people because they're like, yeah, okay, Dan got eliminated and he was a traitor. But it's like him and Phaedra were very like tit for tat, almost as if they had a plan.
Mm.
Cause she kept saying like over and over, like, thank goodness he gone. Bye. Get out. Bye. I'm just like, well, damn, like, hmm.
What I do want to say is, like I said, and like we said, Kat Chastain is very smart because even though she might not be saying that she know, because I know she knows Phaedra's a traitor, she might not be saying that she knows Phaedra's a traitor. She's gonna stick beside her Bravo girl, and she was very much giving Dan it like back to back. Oh, because someone said not my burgerlicious, she has to be a traitor, and that was a line. That was
Yeah.
the line of the show for
I was
me.
like, I like Kate
Not my
Chastain.
burgerlicious. I'm like, oh, yeah,
I like her.
she's taking it.
Joins the Kate Chastain fan club.
Shout out to Kate Chastain. We know that you are below deck royalty, and we
This is my
respect you for that.
sister, cousin, mama, auntie, sister, cousin,
She
mama.
is 1/16 Cherokee. So we got that. And then on top of don't laugh. Don't laugh. We got that, and then on top of that, it was just time for Dan to lay out a very like I've been watching you from the beginning type thing,
Mhm.
and that doesn't go over well. Like there, you've made no notions to indicate that
Right.
you've been watching Phaedra from the beginning. And even that line, I've had my eye on one person from the beginning, that's how you know that he was lying. I'm like, you ain't had
Yeah.
your eye on nobody because you had your eye on yourself because you're a traitor. Like, BFFR, bro.
That's how I felt, and a lot of people were kind of like, you could tell they were kind of buying into it. But once Phaedra got with his ass and wouldn't turn his ass loose, they were like, "Oh, it's Dan." And I do love that everybody selected Dan, and now Dan is gone. Now I will say, Poverty, you could have did a lot better with convincing them that you were not the traitor.
It's I would say that too, but the thing is with that whole shield thing, and also her being a suspect from the get go, and also her being from Survivor, correct? She if she tried too hard, they would have sent her
Mhm.
ass packing. If she tried to,
Because
she's
she
already
keeps
like
walking around and she's like, "Hey, why do you guys think it's me?" And I'm like,
because it's you, babe.
"It's you, baby," and everybody knows it.
I love when they
Everybody
congregate
knows.
in the same room, and then Parvati was like, "Oh, that's all the the faithfuls. Let me go in
hmm
there and like
She's
break
like,
this shit up." I'm like,
what are we
"Exactly.
talking about?
You do whatever
Yeah,
you have to
could
do."
stop talking behind my back, okay? And it was very smart to get Peter too to join the team. I feel.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I was going to ask you. Do you think that Peter's going to accept?
I was gonna ask you that too. I hope so. I hope so. That's all I can say. Like,
Like he said, it's either I accept or basically I get sent home.
yeah, I don't know because either he might take the L so people can find it, but I don't think he would take
That
the L when
no,
it comes to that money. Like, I would not
no.
take that L. I would just be like, well, I guess I got to be a trader now.
I would put that hood on so fast, but I would run.
I actually think that Parvati is going to go home next
Really, tell me why.
because I just feel like that's who they would. Now that they've gotten Dan out, they're like, okay, who's second? Parvati.
But
Is
also the
Dan.
eye is like you said with Trishelle, the eye is on Phaedra.
The eye is on Phaedra, but I feel like only Trishelle really feels that way. I feel
I
like
think
even
Trishelle and Kate feel that way, but Kate is not gonna send.
Kate's playing with it.
Right,
Kate's playing into it.
right.
But Trishelle is like, let's get her gone. And then I feel like the other people, they kind of like Phaedra. Even if they do suspect it, they're like, I kind of like her. So I'm not going to get rid of her
And then
yet.
it's also like if you're going to make a case against Phaedra, you better not miss. If you're gonna shoot, you better not miss
hmm
because the way that she ate Dan up and spit him out,
Yeah.
we'll talk about
Because
that.
those 15, how long did they have? Those like 10 minutes where they sit at that table and talk. That is very crucial.
Very crucial. So it's just like when a housewife who is, let's just say, quiet, when a Whitney goes up against a Lisa, when a Cynthia goes up against a Nene,
Yeah.
when like I could go on and on with the comparisons. Dan, like he said, he was on what was it, Big Brother, the smartest.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whoever watches Big Brother, they regard him so highly. They're like, oh, this oh,
Oh,
he can
he's
solve
off.
the
Oh,
mystery to
look,
he can break
look.
into the safe into the no.
He is the national treasure. He is
He can
Nicolas
steal the
Cage's
Declaration
great
of
great
Independence.
grandfather. He is.
He's a founding, like, no, he's not a founding father. Not when it comes to
I
Phaedra,
heard
baby.
if you flip a $10 bill 3 times, you
He
will
knows
see
that.
Dan's face.
You see, Dan, and it's been replaced by Phaedra, just like they were supposed to replace
Mhm.
the 20 with Harriet Tubman. Now check that. They didn't do it yet, but check that. Um, it was just so iconic. And then he went on live after. Well, no, like before. I was watching it. I started, I think, 20 minutes after it came on, and I try not
Oh
to ruin it too
God.
much for people. But when I go online, everyone watches it. Hey guys, when I go online, everyone watches it at 9 o'clock, and I would like to make the case while Aaron is not here for you guys to give some people some time to, watch the show and then talk about the show so you don't spoil it too much for people. I personally don't mind because I know with my responsibility of being online that I have to watch everything when it airs because I'm on the East Coast, so there's no excuse. And two, that's just online culture, baby. If you're gonna look online, you need to prepare to get everything spoiled for you. I'm not really a complainer when people talk about shows ahead of time because at the end of the day, it's my fault for looking online. But anyways, like I was just telling them about how sometimes people go online and they get it spoiled. But at the same time, if you're
Yeah.
gonna go online and something is out, you have to expect to get it spoiled. Anyway, so I started about 20 minutes after, and I tried to give people some time to catch up, but I had already saw that people were talking about it. So like when it ended, I immediately, like, as soon as he got banished and he said, "Yeah, I'm a traitor," I went on his profile from the Bravo All Black profile and I put, "You just FAFO'd, fucked around and found out."
He
Because
did.
he knew. He even admitted it himself. He was like, I thought that I was smart, but I couldn't go against, Phaedra's cunning, like loyal, royal, law abiding. Like she's a lawyer.
Yeah.
And
And now
he,
that Dan's gone, it's gonna be easier for I feel like Phaedra. Honestly. Especially if Parvati were to be sent home. Cause then she could run that shit with Peter if Peter says yes. And then she can recruit Kate Chastain, which is what I would do.
and this is the problem. We have not seen. This is how I knew Phaedra wasn't going home because we haven't seen Phaedra tell. They didn't say it right because all I can remember is the end because it was so good. But we
Mhm.
haven't seen Phaedra tell Peter, "Oh, this isn't the Bachelor. I don't have to kiss your ass to get a rose." She hasn't said that, right?
No. But
Right.
I wanna
So that's
know,
coming up soon.
do you remember her having on a cloak?
What do you mean? Oh,
Did
when she
she
said
have on
it?
the Traitors
No,
cloak?
no, she was
Because
at the
if she
table.
had okay, because I was about to say if she had on that Traitors cloak, then he does say yes.
No, well, I
That's
think
what I
that
get from
that's
that.
why she has to tell him that because
Mhm.
he's gonna use being a traitor. And this is just my theory. He's gonna use being a traitor against her and try to like blackmail her, and she's gonna like politely check him at the table, like she did Dan, and say, "This is not the Bachelor. I don't have to kiss your ass for a rose." Like it's just going to go down, and I can't wait because she's delivering line after line after line after
If
monologue after line
Phaedra does
after.
not win this, I'm gonna have a problem, honestly.
You really
And
think
that's
that?
all I
I
want to
I
say.
don't know if I see her winning, but I see her going to the finale.
I see her winning.
So that's what you want to.
I see her being a
So
champ.
early
Either
prediction.
either her I feel like it's gonna be down to her and Sheree. Like I don't know.
I think that okay.
I don't know why I feel that way, but I do because Sheree, it's like nobody's suspecting it's Sheree.
You're
Because
right.
Sheree is just too like
I
she's good
wouldn't
at the
suspect it. You're
activities, but
right.
it's like I would just be like until everybody's voted out. And then it's like, oh shit.
And she had the shield this time, so it was just
That's
like
why I feel like it's just gonna be Sheree, and she's not gonna know what to do. She's gonna be like,
she just falls up.
I
She
can't
falls up.
believe I made it. Like,
Like thanks. I'm so glad I'm
and
here.
Phaedra's gonna have to light her ass up.
I think it might be. It's gonna be. I think that Peter's too cocky. So that's why I don't know if he's necessarily going to make it to the
But
end.
he's such a. I feel, if not Sheree, I do feel like it would be him and Phaedra because
Ooh,
they're such fan favorites right now. Like they are
neck and neck.
neck and neck with strategy
Okay.
because he's playing it more of like I know what I'm doing. Like I played this game before, and she's playing it like a housewife. She's like, well, let me be real nice to her. Let me kiki with her because I think her next plan should honestly be to build a faithful group. Just like they have one, just like Peter has his with his 5 people. She needs to get Kate Chastain in that room and build her faithful group.
Us
Because then when she
versus
does, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, well, maybe she is the faithful because she's trying to like how, like, you know what I'm saying?"
I think it might be down to CT because he's a good player, which is something that we have to also talk about after this because the memes online are hilarious. It might be CT and who else is in the house? Trishelle. And that's not something that I want. Well, Trishelle is not something that I want, but just thinking about it because I think that Phaedra makes good TV, but I just don't know if she would win. I would like for them to rig it so she wins because she deserves it because she's carrying.
Hmm.
If you didn't know who Phaedra was, you know now.
Now you know after watching Traitors.
FAFO.
I want Trishelle to go, and I
I
want
want to go so bad.
what's his name,
Kevin. You keep calling Calvin.
Calvin, to go next.
Okay, so I've seen the memes. They're literally comparing CT and Phaedra to. I see the bodyguard poster. So it's Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner. He's Kevin Costner. She's Whitney Houston.
Why are they like this? When why
That
can I
shit
see it?
was so funny. Like, funny. And then CT, shout out to Bravo and Blaze, CT literally posted a clip, and it was just a random clip because I don't even know if he knows, but he does know that we're shipping them. And like before, she was like, CT is so funny. Oh, he's so funny. And she was even on Watch What Happens Live, and she was talking about how cute he was. But he posted a clip of Whitney Houston singing like that one song, the American song that they
Oh my
open at the
gosh!
games, the Star Spangled.
Did he tag Phaedra?
He didn't tag Phaedra, but it's hilarious because they keep calling them the bodyguard. Because when they were doing the actual challenge, which you guys know that we're not watching this for the actual challenges unless they're like funny, like the bird one or whatever. During the actual challenge, when they were in all that water, she was just holding on to CT, which would be my
Hmm.
strategy is like get a big strong man and let him carry me like throughout.
Yeah, this challenge I wasn't really a fan of, but until towards the end where they had to carry all that shit. That's the only reason I was
Well,
like,
when they started
okay,
talking about shields, 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 I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay,
let me
let's
pay
see.
attention. Yeah.
Hmm.
But aside from that, when they were doing it, I was like, okay, well, we're gonna see who wins.
So early predictions, I say CT and Trishelle. You say Phaedra and Sheree. That is going to be our pot stirrer. Is who do you think is your early prediction for
Mhm.
the winners, and who you think is going to be like in the in the finale for sure? Let us know. DM us. Put it in the. We might do the question box thing. Why not? Make sure that you watch the shows that we just told you about, and also like our ad with DirecTV because Vanderpump Rules is about to come on in about 30 minutes, and we're about to run like it's the Super Bowl because this is our
Run,
Super Bowl. Run
run,
like Florence and the Machine, baby. Run like Florence and the Machine.
and go check it out. And also, Love Is Blind is coming back soon, and I'm kind of excited. Like, I don't know.
And it's coming back on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So if you are not getting your back blown out, or while you're getting your back blown out, it's great
Watch Love Is
background.
Blind.
Yeah,
You said
Netflix
it's
and,
great black background.
Netflix and chill.
Did you just?
Did you? Well, we want you to have a great week, and we will talk to you very soon. We'll talk to you Saturday for the Bravo episode. Bye.
Bye, y'all.